Hello, my name is Laura Russell. I'm the Carroll County Census Coordinator. Today on Carroll Helping Carroll, we are going to talk about the 2020 U.S. Census and why it's important for everybody in Carroll County to participate. Here to help me today are Don Rowe, who's the Complete Count Committee Chair, as well as the Executive Director at the ARC of Carroll County, and Lynda Eisenberg, who's the Director of Planning for Carroll County Government.
Hi, thanks so much for having us here this evening.
Thanks for coming. So, Lynda, can you tell us a little bit about what the census is?
So the census is counting people where they are April 1st. Every person in the United States will be counted in all territories. The census, actually, fun fact, started in 1790, so 230 years the U.S. government has been counting people in this country. It's really extremely important that we take the census so that way goods and services that communities are provided with, we know how many people are here to be able to distribute those. And also Carroll County has one of the highest participation rates in the state of Maryland. In the 2000 census, 84% of the county participated, and in 2010, 83% was our participation rate. So again, one of the highest in the state of Maryland. So one big message we want residents to know that it's easy, it's important, and most importantly, it's safe to take.
Okay, great. And Don, who completes the census?
Well, Laura, the short answer to that is everybody. But there are some underserved populations that we're especially interested in making sure that they get counted. So, you know, children 0 to 5, so if a family has a newborn, you know, we want to make sure that they get counted. You know, elderly, veterans, you know, we're trying to reach out and collect information about the homeless population.
Okay.
And then certainly people with disabilities. We want to make sure on April 1st everybody gets counted in Carroll County.
Great. And when is the census and when is it, should I expect it to come? How long do I have to take it? Lynda, can you help us out with that?
Yeah, sure. So the census is happening right now. So even though the official count date is where you are on April 1st, it's happening now. The first mailings will go out on March 12th, which is this Friday. And then residents should expect a letter inviting them to take the census any day after that time frame. And then if you haven't responded, the Census Bureau will send out several mailings, but by the third mailing, if you haven't responded electronically, and this is the first electronic census where it'll be available online, they'll actually send you a paper ballot. And then they'll follow up, if you still haven't taken it in your household, they'll follow up with an enumerator to your physical location.
And what is an enumerator?
An enumerator is a person that counts, essentially, so they're going to count people where they are.
Okay, great. And what's the significance about April 1st?
That's official census day, so it's where you are, where you lay your head down at night on April 1st, and those people that are living in that residence on that evening.
Okay, great. Thanks a lot. And how do I complete it?
So there's 3 easy ways to complete the census. First and foremost, digitally. We really want to encourage people to take it online.
Okay.
And then also by mail, because you will get a paper ballot mailed to you eventually if you haven't taken it, the first several invites online. And then if you're not comfortable with either of those options, you can take it via the phone. So there's a number that you can call and put your information.
Oh, terrific. And so if I complete it online at the beginning, does that mean will I continue to get mail and someone knocking on my door?
No, I think the first 2 mailings are automatic. Those are just going to happen. Okay. But after that, if you've taken the census, that's it. The Census Bureau will no longer be contacting you or reaching out to you. Great,
thanks. That's really helpful. And where do I go to take the census?
So the census is on mycensus2020.gov or also through the Carroll County website, which is censuscarrollcountymd.gov.
Okay, and I can go now and do that?
You can go right now and do that.
Wonderful, that's really great information. And so Don, is it, do you have any thoughts about things you wanted to add to what Lynda was talking about?
Well, yeah, just a couple things. You know, one of the things that people ask is, you know, gosh, is this important? Why is this so important? And you know, one of the big things is here in Carroll County. You know, for people that do take the census, you know, the county gets about $18,000 over a 10-year period. So, you know, not taking the census, you know, we lose that income.
Wow.
Which is pretty significant.
Right.
You know, there's a lot of nonprofit organizations, you know, that require federal funding, and so you know, this helps us to you know, to be able to keep those operations going and help our fellow citizens. Additionally, you know, our congressional districts are aligned with the census, and so every 10 years they may do a realignment. So, you know, we just want to make sure we get our fair representation
Right.
In Washington, you know, by making sure that everybody's counted. And then too, you know, the census is used in just a variety of different ways. You know, businesses, you know, use that information. You know, that money's used by local governments to figure out, you know, where do we want to put libraries and roads and things like that. So, you know, there's a lot of benefit to taking the census. You know, as Lynda said, it doesn't take that long to do. It's very safe. You know, they're not asking for a lot of information. They're not going to ask for any personal information. You know, there's just a couple of questions about, you know, where you live, the names of the people that you're living with, the gender, age and birth date, the race and your origin, and then anybody else living in the household. So, you know, really the information is pretty easy to share. They're not going to ask for Social Security numbers or bank information, so it is safe, it's easy, and, you know, the county can really benefit by you filling it out.
Great. Lynda, why is it important for the planning department for people to participate?
So as Don alluded to earlier, local government officials use that information to be able to plan where resources need to go for the community, where the population centers are, where schools should be appropriately located, our roads, our county infrastructure. It's really important to know who is utilizing those goods and services that the county provides. So it's a big decision tool that we use.
Great. Well, thanks so much, Don and Lynda, for joining us today to talk about the 2020 U.S. Census. And thank you to the Carroll Media Center for having us here on Carroll Helping Carroll. We hope everybody reaches out and takes the 2020 U.S. Census.
Thanks so much, Laura. I appreciate you
thank
having
you,
us.
Laura.
All right.